I wanted to say something for World Bipolar Day, but I had so many thoughts and I just didn't know how to put them into words. So now that I've had some time, this is what I want to say. Bipolar disorder is so complex and misunderstood. While the stigma surrounding anxiety, ADHD, and depression has decreased, it's only gotten slightly easier for people with bipolar disorder. But people with bipolar disorder deserve to have their voices heard. It's estimated that around 40 million people worldwide suffer from bipolar disorder, and it's the 6th leading cause of disability in the United States today. 2/3 of people who develop bipolar disorder experience their first symptoms before the age of 19. So it's a lot more common than you think. And children who haven't even come to understand themselves have to face the challenge of dealing with a mental illness at the same time. I'm open about being a person who lives with bipolar disorder because keeping it a secret and trying to be normal means getting your heart broken and beating yourself up over and over and over again for not being able to fit other people's standards. I know I'm not normal. I experience the world differently, and sometimes it's hard to understand for other people. But just because other people don't understand me does not mean that they should look down at me and treat me differently. I would not wish this disorder on my worst enemy, but do not think for once that I wish I had a different life. When people ask me what it's like to be bipolar, I think of Van Gogh's Starry Night painting. Sometimes it's like staring up at a night sky lit up with stars of every shape and color. Everything is brighter and more vivid. It's so beautiful and it's so intense. But it's not the night sky that the people around you are seeing. And then it becomes clear that there's something different about your experience than others. But there's nothing you can do to change it because it's your reality. And instead of being celebrated for being able to see things differently or given help to see things that you miss, you are told that you have a lifelong illness that you must figure out how to secretly fight. Sometimes you are made fun of and looked down upon. Sometimes you feel like you need to hide and that you will never be able to connect with others. Admittedly, there are times you lose hope and instead seek solace in thoughts of never waking up again. Unfortunately, 19% of people with bipolar disorder ultimately end up completing suicide. The intensity of emotions during an episode is hard enough for an individual with bipolar disorder, but it is made even harder by other people's judgment about a condition they probably haven't spent much time trying to understand. And then self-hate naturally follows. I've been told I am weak, lazy, crazy, too much, selfish, and more by others who don't understand how hard it is to wake up every morning and fight a disorder. Other people's misinformed judgments, hatred for yourself. For everyone that lives with this disorder, I'd like to take a moment to remind you that you got up this morning and you are still fighting, even after the countless times you've been knocked down and had to pick yourself up again. Sometimes alone, because others don't take the time to understand this disorder because it does not affect them. I fight to make sure that people with bipolar disorder have a voice. And I will not stop fighting for myself and others with this disorder because it does not define who we are. I was once told by a friend that he didn't see me as bipolar. He saw me as Katrin and the sweetest person he had ever met. And I needed that. You see, this battle can be so encompassing. Life is too short to not enjoy the little moments you experience. It won't be easy being bipolar. And you know you will spend your life falling down and picking yourself up over and over again. There will be times when you are walking in the dark and will experience pain that would be much easier to manage if it were physical. But there is nothing wrong with you. You are strong, powerful, and unique, and you deserve to be recognized for that. Look at the beauty in how Van Gogh saw the world and how respected his life's work is today. So, here's to the crazy ones. The misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see the world differently. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, but the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some see them as crazy, I see them as genius, because the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Happy belated Bipolar Day.